Hey y'all, so we are going to look at these new AI data centers and the need for electricity. They need to be powered. And so when you think of AI, a lot of people think of NVIDIA, AMD, and the chips, but start thinking outside the box as far as who else is going to benefit from AI outside of the chip makers, and then you find yourself another area that you can potentially invest in. And what we do know is our current power grid cannot supply the power needed to run these mega data centers that they're building. So I wanted to come and look at a few stocks in this space that may benefit from one, a bill that Trump signed in to deploy nuclear energy technologies um, to power these these data centers. And another known fact is, or maybe not so known to you guys, is that France actually derives about 75% of its power from nuclear and has been doing that for many, many, many years. So this will be something new for the rest of us, but France has actually been using nuclear energy to power its country for quite some time. So maybe they're using them as a case study. That part I'm not sure. But we do have a bill that was signed by the president to deploy nuclear energy technologies so that we can move forward and power these data centers. So this is a little article that was on Bloomberg that kind of talked about the AI power boom and how the stocks that people are now looking at in conjunction with that. Um, so here, one of these stocks is Constellation Energy, and they're probably one of the major players because they've been around for quite some time here. And they're the largest nuclear operator here in the US and the major beneficiary of AI driven demand. So this is probably one of the major players that are going to benefit. Now, doesn't mean that there aren't others, but it's probably one of the major ones. One of the other things to look at as far as Constellation is we've got Meta and we've got Microsoft that have both signed 20-year contracts to supply their nuclear power um, for their data centers that they're building. So companies are already starting to partner with some of these companies for power that they don't even have yet. So that's telling you that, yeah, the need for power is real and companies are trying to lock in because it's going to be he who has the power runs the data. So you don't have no power, you can't run data. So this is CEG's chart. I am on the weekly time frame. And as we can see, almost all stocks look like this. And I said almost all because not all. Since that April 7th, um, we have been moving up. So, I mean, obviously it's been moving up since inception. So we have been, it came on to the stock market January 18th, 2022. So it's only been on for a little while. But they have been around for way longer than January 2022, just when they came on the stock market. I mean, and this is a good looking chart. A good looking chart is one that is moving up, which is what we are doing here. And I mean, obviously, you're going to have your moves down, but the market is designed to move up. It's designed for companies to have people invest in it, for R&D, for expansion. So the nature of the market is to move up. So this is a good looking chart from that perspective. It's doing what we want it to do. And like I said, and we will have these pullbacks because that's part of market movement. Nothing can just move up forever and never pull back on the market. The good thing is these pullbacks are your entries to get in for the next leg up. That's what the pullbacks are for. So here's Constellation Energy. Like I said, it looks pretty good to me overall as a chart that's moving up here. It's one of the major benefactors of the nuclear energy demand, and they've already got these major companies signing 2-year deals to supply their nuclear power for their AI plants. So definitely take a look at Constellation Energy as maybe someone you want to put in your portfolio for the long term. Now, in that Bloomberg, where it talked about two companies, one was OKLO. OKLO has been around since 2021. So, once again, hasn't been on the stock market that long. Nice chart, pretty much until 2024, didn't do a whole lot. Then, October 2024, we started to get this move up. Um, so once again, nice looking chart in that price is moving up. We are starting to show interest. Once again, price will pull back. That's what price does. But this is definitely one of the companies that is benefiting from the nuclear power um, structure that we need in order to power our data centers. Another company that was mentioned in that Bloomberg was Nuclear Power Corp, New Scale Power Corporation (SMR). They've been around also since December 2020, so a few years. Once again, nice, not a bad looking chart. On the weekly time frame, you can see up here it had a nice pullback from August 2022 until November 2023, and then it has started going up. Pullbacks are normal. That's part of price movement. We just came off a pullback and kind of in this consolidation. But this is a company you may want to look at. It's cheap, 38 bucks. Not a bad price um, for maybe something to put in your portfolio for long term, but it's definitely one of the benefactors of the nuclear energy that people are looking at in order to power these data plants. And then I have a few more I want to look at. The Southern Company, another clean energy demand. I'm on the weekly. They have been around for quite some time. Oops. Okay, they've been around for a while. So this going back here. Okay. So this goes back to 68. They've been on the market since 68. Um, Luckily, it's been going up. So we're on the weekly. Price has been going up. It goes down, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up. It's been doing its thing. So this is another company that will be benefiting from the nuclear energy demand is the Southern Company. And like I said, nice chart. You want to see price going up. These pullbacks and dips, not concerned about because that's just regular price movement, but it's going up overall, and that's what we're looking for. And the last one we're going to look at is the Williams Company. They've been around for a while. So we could see this one. I don't, it's to me, it's not as a nice chart as the other ones. And the reason I'm saying that is kind of have this like consolidation right in here. And so price has been kind of bouncing in between this area. Now, this is June of 99, and then we're breaking out August of 2024. That's a long time to be in this range. Now, this range on average is $33. For me to invest in this, I mean, one, you can't just look at the chart. You want to go and look at their 10Q, their annual reports, what they have on the horizon, what are their strengths, weaknesses, who their competitors are. So you don't want to just look at the chart and invest. You want to see what this company has going on. So I'm just giving you the technical overview, but there's a whole other side that you want to go look at before you want to invest long term in a company. But when I'm looking at this, I am looking at opportunity cost. If I had invested money into this company in 99 And back then it was at $39. Here it is 2025, basically 26 years later, it's only at 65. Opportunity cost is I could have invested in one of those other companies and made significant more profit than this one. So when I look at this chart, I'm like, I don't know if this is a company I would want to invest in. Um, for the long term, at least not now, but it depends on what they have on the horizon. So when you're looking at these charts and I'm comparing to like this one, saying prices moving up, even though we did have some areas of consolidation here, overall it's moving up. This one too, overall we're moving up. Overall we're moving up. So this one I would, like I said, I would be a little um leery about investing without doing more investigation onto the other side of the business, looking at the financials and SWOT analysis, what's on R&D, if they have any big contracts coming. So that's how I would look at that. And I do have one more I did want to look at, Vertigue Holdings. It's another one that's been doing quite well. It's been on the stock market since 2018. Now it's had some pretty good price swings here, but still, overall, it's going up. So let's just say if I go back, I mean, that company was 99, but even just May of 2024, it's up $60. If I had invested in May 2024, we had this drop, it went up, it came back. Um, it looks like it's on the path to, doing good things. But once again, I need to go on the other side and look at their 10Q, their annual reports. That's their well, that's quarterly, but they have annual ones. Look at their SWOT analysis, their strengths, their opportunities, their weaknesses. Get into the financials and the workings of the business. So when we're looking at this, we're looking at things purely from a technical standpoint. But if you are going to invest in one of these companies long term, you want to do more than just look at the chart. If you're looking for a short trade, quick, I don't want to say quick, but quick money for lack of a better word, you do your technical analysis. If you are looking to invest long term and hold this company 10, 15, 20 years, you want to go on the other side and look at the inner workings of the company, their financials, how much money they owe, what do they have on their balance sheet, what type of R&D or potential large contracts they have coming up. You want to go through and look on that side of the business for long term investments, not just the chart. So the technicals are just for trading short term in and out. That short term could be 1 month, 6 months, a year. But anything long term, you want to do more investigation to the company to make sure that it is a company you want to invest in, you believe in, and honestly, a company that you understand. So those are our companies you can look into. There's obviously lots more, but CEG is your major player in this space. So take a look and see if it's a company you may want to invest in. That's my time. You guys take care. I'll talk to you soon.